What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Thank God for Wrestling podcast. I'm host one of two, Johnny King.
I'm host two of two, CJ McClure.
And today, man, we have a lot to get into. We're just gonna start off with the Rock is back home, man. The Rock returned SmackDown on Friday. He interrupted Austin Theory as him and Pat McAfee were going at it back and forth. And it was just a crazy sight to see The Rock back in the WWE ring. What was your thoughts on the segment, CJ?
So I was shocked at first that Dwayne pulled up, and I'm not trying to be a hater. And we're gonna get into some of the big questions today, and I'm gonna be playing devil's advocate on that. But I was shocked initially that he pulled up. But for those of you that watch college football, I'm like, well, he was at game day earlier today. So we don't know for sure, at least at the time of this recording, if Dwayne pulling up was planned or not. But it wasn't that surprising to me if after I realized, okay, he was at college game day. But nonetheless, Dwayne was back on SmackDown, back home. That was a crazy pop. And Theory held his own, man, in my opinion. I mean, obviously Dwayne still like had all the spotlight because it's the freaking Rock. He knows how to control a crowd just like that. But Theory held his own. When he said it doesn't matter what the Rock says, his delivery and timing of that was really good. And it's just great to see Dwayne back. And he's getting a little old. That is something I noticed. He still looks great. Don't get me wrong, but he is getting a little up there. Great segment, great way to start the show. I mean, bro, we had The Rock and John Cena on the same episode of SmackDown, which I don't think has ever happened. I thought they were always on Raw back in 2011 and 12. And it's just so interesting to see two goats interact with the current generation. So I loved it. It was awesome. Great start to the show.
The way The Rock is able to control a crowd, it's an art form, bro. He had him in the palm of his hands, whole arena. One side, you're in, other side, a hole, and going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But yeah, man, there's a reason why the higher ups put Theory in this position because obviously they thought he could keep his composure, which he did, didn't stumble. Sounded like he was meant to be there. He sounded confident. So people need to give Theory the respect to and the credit he deserves for holding his own against The Rock. Because, bro, if I could not imagine what was going through his head. He's only 26 and he's being put in a ring with The Rock, and he's have to go toe to toe with The Rock on the mic, which is crazy. But yeah, man, we got to see The Rock get a little physical, man. Hit the spine buster, hit the people's elbow, man. So I'm just saying, man. Do you want to see The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 40?
I'm over it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
If it was gonna happen, see, this is why I don't believe that. Like, well, it was on lock at WrestleMania. This, well, why didn't it happen? If it was unlocked, then why didn't it happen? If it's on lock, it should have happened. The perfect time for it to happen was at WrestleMania this year with in Los Angeles because Dwayne's in Hollywood. And again, don't let's not twist my words because I know I've kind of been playing devil's advocate on that dream match for this show. Would I like to see it happen? Absolutely. That is a great dream match. This is probably the best dream match since Cena and Rock and Hogan and but I just think it's too late. And quite frankly, I think Cody deserved the match for the belt. I see people talking about Roman can pull double duty. Well, no, that he can't pull double duty. Well, I mean, he can pull double duty, beat Rock night one, and then defend against Cody night two. So yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood that. I thought they were talking about like belt titles. I've seen people say Cody can beat Cena on Rock on night one, Roman beats Rock night one, and then Cena and Roman night two. But I feel like that's going to drain everybody's energy because those are two huge matches on night one alone. If it was me, I would do Rock and Roman at the Royal Rumble. That's an easy way to fill up the stadium. I know it's not even 50,000 over Tampa Bay. I'm assuming they're going to the Rays Stadium, but that's an easy way to fill it and get your chunk of change. And then do Cody and Roman at WrestleMania. That's just me, bro. I mean, I'll get down with it regardless, but I'm just personally over it. It should have happened this year.
I'm gonna be honest. Well, the reason I heard that it was locked and then they didn't do it because they wanted to end up waiting until the Endeavor deal was closed because they knew they could make way more money off of it that way, which is understandable. Because at the end of the day, Vince McMahon and The Rock, they're businessmen. They're gonna do whatever can fill their pockets up the fastest. But bro, I'm not over it. I need to see this match. I need to see it happen because The Rock is like the final boss for Roman to conquer before we can consider Roman the greatest ever. So once he beats The Rock, then the Bloodline story it's done. Let's just leave it. It was the greatest story in wrestling history. Because right now, whatever they're doing, there's the stock of the story is going down, bro. I don't know what's going on with Jimmy and everything. But I say they need to do it, man. I don't really, bro. Cody don't got to finish the story in my eyes. He can keep chasing for forever, man. At this point, I don't really care. I mean, I care if he. I don't know, bro. I think they could do. I think they could buy us some more time. Have Randy come back. They have a Randy and Cody feud for WrestleMania. Or you could even do, bro. Imagine if we snag CM Punk. You do a Punk versus Cody match at Mania. There's options. If they want to do Rock versus Roman, there's options for Cody at WrestleMania. So I wouldn't stress too much about it. Because, like, does Cody really have to beat Roman at WrestleMania to finish the story? As long as he gets the Universal Championship, he finishes the story. So they can do that at SummerSlam.
Makes the most sense to finish it at WrestleMania. I mean, everybody was comparing him to when John lost to Dwayne WrestleMania 28. The same look of disappointment. Go through hell and then redeem himself a year later. Full circle. Build Cody, and they also did that Cody to lose because the Bloodline story wasn't done yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, let's just compare Cody to Dusty. I'm pretty sure you may want to fact check me on this. Dusty's only had one WrestleMania match in his whole career.
That makes sense. That's believable.
And I think he won, but still, I mean, and just to pass his father in that he's already main evented WrestleMania, and then they'll finally win the big one, finally win the world title in WWE that Dusty didn't do. It just makes the most sense to me. And it makes the most sense to me that he beats Roman because of the real life relationship between Roman and Dusty.
Yeah.
You know, Dusty told Roman, he said, "Baby, you got it." You know, he was one of Dusty's kids. It makes sense to me. But I don't know. And quite frankly, I'm not getting my hopes up about Dwayne being back. I mean, it was awesome. Don't get my hope. Don't twist my words. But like, I'm going to SmackDown this week. You were just at Raw. You know, I'm going to SmackDown this week. I don't think Dwayne's pulling up. He's not coming down here.
I don't know if he would pull up 2 weeks in a row, especially this early. But I mean, now they want to come out and say that it was locked in. So obviously they have plans of doing it again. They're just not going to tease that for us and then just never have it happen. So what I'm saying is when you think about it, WrestleMania 40, The Rock versus Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Which one has more, like, draws more because it's a business. So obviously they're gonna go with the one that can ever bring in the most money. And I feel like
versus Roman Reigns, 100%.
I feel like Cody will be able to accept that because he knows that wrestling is a business. And Cody, whenever he finishes a story, he's gonna finish the story. Like, if I'm Cody, I wouldn't sweat it if I didn't get this WrestleMania match. You know what I mean?
Feel like if they're really trying to get back on the Rock and Roman hype train again of the hypothetical dream match, I just feel like they're kind of booking themselves into a corner because then what was the point of, you know, building Cody up with Rock, you know, and all that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe have Rock beat Roman to the Royal Rumble. That would be a huge shocker. And then, if anything, that could put Cody over even more by defeating Rock. You know, at WrestleMania, that would be a kind of an interesting dream match: Dwayne versus Cody. Not that Dwayne has any connection to Dusty. Or maybe he does because of his dad, Rocky Johnson.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I mean, I won't complain if we did get Rock versus Roman instead. I'm just really, 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 really curious of how they're gonna go about it and what they're gonna do with Cody.
Yeah, I think because he does not need to win the Royal Rumble again.
No,
that's predictable.
I agree with you there. I agree with you there.
People have been saying that he should just win Elimination Chamber, so then he can get the spot at WrestleMania. But I need Gunther to win the Royal Rumble. We'll get into Gunther a little later.
100%. Gunther wins the Royal Rumble, challenges Seth, and then I think it makes sense for Cody to win the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know. But Rock came back. If he's back for good, cool. If not, we didn't get our hopes up, but yeah, man. Let's get into the rest of SmackDown. We had AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, man. Good TV match. Good TV match. You can't put these two in a ring and get a bad match. That's just not how it works. But good TV match, man. Yeah, I feel like after The Rock, since it opened the show, nothing could really compete with that after. So you kind of started off at a high, and then you went, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Balor defeated Styles, man. Jimmy Uso attempted to interfere, but Styles caught him with the right hand. Balor took advantage of the distraction and scored the victory. So this whole Jimmy Uso thing that's going on, I just don't understand it, man. One week he says he's out the bloodline, then he said he's in the bloodline. Now he's feuding with Styles. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. What do you think?
The first things first regarding the match, I felt like it wasn't their best, it wasn't their worst. Like you said, a good TV match. I think Balor winning was the right move. Regarding Jimmy and AJ and everything going on at SmackDown with him and Solo, I hear what you're saying, but I'm kind of intrigued by it. I mean, Jimmy's getting in AJ's face in the back. He attacked him. He's interrupted John Cena twice now. I mean, I'm kind of here for it. I'm curious to see what's going on or what's going to happen.
Now, do you think this is going to lead to like AJ versus Jimmy or AJ versus Roman? Because they're going to need Roman to defend the belt at least once, right? Before Rumble at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I
So,
think I would love to see Roman versus AJ again because we
yeah.
haven't gotten that in years.
Hmm.
And you know what I mean? I love just the AJ Styles and Paul Heyman interactions.
Yeah.
I say have Roman and AJ at uh Saudi Arabia, whatever the pay per view is going to be. I know it's like November 1st. They go there or something like that. Maybe November 4th. I know it's early November. Have them face over there because Roman's going to wrestle in Saudi Arabia. There's no way they don't bring Roman over there
Yeah, they
to
have
get the
to.
crowd in
Yeah,
Saudi.
yeah.
Right. And then I say have Roman and Solo at Survivor Series, maybe the Royal Rumble. It's just going to depend on what they have planned, you know, because they're teasing a lot for Survivor Series already, and we haven't even got to Fastlane.
Yeah. Now, I hear rumors for Fastlane they're going to try to do AJ and John versus Solo and Jimmy, which I
I'll
mean,
probably get down with that.
yeah, it's a good B-level pay-per-view main event. Yeah, if that would be the main event.
Hey, you pros on my end.
Yeah, you froze on my end too.
I
Oh,
don't,
there we
you're
go. There we go.
frozen
There
on
we go.
my
There
end.
we go. There we go. Can you see me still?
Oh, yeah, I can see you now.
Better? All right, bet. Good?
Just yeah, I guess
All
James
right.
James will just edit that out.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's a good B-level pay-per-view main event, if that's the main event. We'll see. Anytime we can see John Cena in a pay-per-view, can't really complain.
Yeah, and I think surely he's going to wrestle at Fastlane if he's going to be around for this long. I mean, my
Yeah.
mind immediately when it was announced he was going to be around was that they got to have something planned for John.
Yeah.
You know, it can't be anything more. It's got to be more than host a payback, especially against referee in a match.
Yeah. Next, we had the LWO versus the Street Profits, and this was basically a squash match, man. I don't know why they took so much effort building the LWO up if they're just gonna feed them to the Profits in like 3 minutes. But I mean, I don't know, man. I do like the new Street Profits, but I just feel like there could have been like another team they could have fed them to. Then again, we don't really have that many tag teams on the main roster that, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like,
I mean they had the tease of the Judgment Day, right?
yeah,
So I mean, and we'll see where that goes.
yeah, we're probably gonna get that down the road for sure.
I'm not trying to hate, but is it bad that I forgot the other two guys' names in the
Bro, I'm
LWO
not
that
gonna
wrestled the
lie.
Street Profits?
Oh, you forgot who?
Forgot their names that wrestled in the tag match.
Oh, you're talking about in the LWO?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's like Joaquin and something, man. Don't
Yeah, and
forget
like
that, bro.
I mean, Ray obviously is the leader. Santos Escobar has become more popular. Zelina Vega has been around for a while, and I put some respect on Zelina's name. I like Zelina. They're they're the core of the LWO,
Yeah,
you
it's
know, and
Joaquin Wild and Cruz del Toro.
yeah.
Yeah. But obviously, if we don't know, then that should show that WWE does not really, you know, care about their presence too much.
I think they just also haven't put enough effort in them. I mean, they put a
Oh,
little effort in Santos Escobar.
yeah. I
Which,
and I
real quick,
what's up?
sorry,
There you
real
go.
quick, I got a prediction. I think Santos is going to turn heel on
Bro,
Ray
I was just about to
eventually.
say the same thing.
Yeah,
He's turning
they're
heel, and we're gonna get NXT Santos back wearing suits, and we're gonna get him versus Ray. And that's gonna
yeah. I
be
think
a banger.
I would say have Ray beat him, and either Santos turns heel on him after the match, or maybe just later down the road, and then Santos beats him, and yeah, I mean Santos just goes on a heel U.S. title run. I can get down with that 100%, and I like that they're taking their time with it. You know, I mean Santos just like Ray. I just want to wrestle you, wrestle my idol for a championship. That's all I ask. And Ray's like, absolutely, man, I accept. We're family right now. They're taking their time with it. It's just as of right now, it's a good old fashioned just for funsies. Then after that, Santos will turn heel.
Yep. Next match was LA Knight versus The Miz. I'm kind of surprised they just decided to end this feud on a random episode of SmackDown. But
You know, I had a feeling Miz was gonna win because they were doing it on SmackDown. I was thinking back to Seth Rollins and Edge's feud when they had their second match on SmackDown and Seth won that. I
mm,
figured they were gonna stretch this out a little longer. But yeah, right guy won at the end of the day.
yep.
And I'm convinced, man. I think we're gonna get LA Knight versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I just don't, bro. I don't want them to do it too soon because we took all this time to build him up. We don't need to feed all of. We don't need to feed the LA Knight train to Roman so he can just eat it up in 20 minutes. And then you're gonna have to what? Like, what's the point if he faces Roman Reigns now, or maybe he wins a mid card title, and then he faces whoever has the belt, if it's Roman, Cody, whatever, down the road, and can maybe be a little bit more believable. Because if they put him in a program with Roman Reigns in the next few months, we know he's not gonna win. So we know what the outcome's gonna be.
I think it's so a good opportunity to get more people behind him because he's not gonna win. And I
Yeah,
think it's a good opportunity to see what he's really capable of being with the guy right now.
I don't know, man. I just don't want them to do unnecessary things to because the fans are gonna be behind him no matter what, even if he doesn't have the match with Roman. So I just don't want them to do it too soon.
Could also get Roman some heat going into WrestleMania by beating LA Knight. He could actually be booed facing Cody or Rock.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Get down. I can get down. I can get down with it. I love the LA Knight Paul Heyman interaction last week, as I've already
Oh yeah,
mentioned,
for sure. Those are
and
money.
just him and just him name dropping Roman with all the other champions. He's not facing Gunther. He's not facing Seth Rollins, at least not yet. The U.S. title seems like the most realistic, but just the promos between him and Paul and the promos between him and Roman, I think could be must see TV.
Yeah. I just if I'm right now at least, if I'm watching it, I don't want to like go into this feud and like knowing that LA because whatever LA Knight says, it doesn't mean anything because Roman's winning regardless. So it's like, I mean, cool. I'm glad that you guys are giving him a world title program, but we all know what's gonna happen.
Okay, well then with that logic, we know that he's going to beat Solo when he eventually defends the belt against him.
Well, yeah, but I feel like that's different because the whole bloodline thing, bro. Like,
Right, but my argument is that you can still get over from losing a certain match to a
yeah,
certain
but
person.
LA Knight is already over. What are we trying to do?
Okay, but just even more over now. Stone Cold had a following in '97, and the double turn of WrestleMania 13 got him even more over with the fans.
I mean, yeah, but bro, I just don't think that I like if we took all this time building him up, we do not need to. We do not Roman. You know how if Roman is already here, bro. He's here. He's up here. LA Knight is on the path. I'm saying the feud will be more beneficial and more impactful if we wait till LA Knight is more established. We got Oscar versus Bailey. Nothing too crazy, man. Shotzi came out, scared Bailey, and Oscar capitalized off the distraction. Yeah, so I don't know, man. We saw one distraction in the last match, and then we see this distraction. It's like y'all could have done something different, bro. But I don't know. I don't know about you, bro, but I can't get with this Shotzi stuff. It doesn't do anything for me.
It's just there for me. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just there.
Yeah, there's really nothing else to say about that one. I'm gonna be honest, man.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the match was all right.
Yeah.
I saw a stat that said every show this week, Raw, NXT and SmackDown, the main event was a women's match.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Cool stat. And not the best match, not the worst match that Bailey and Asuka have had. It was all right. So solid enough.
Main event was John Cena on the Grayson Waller effect, man. Yeah, Waller. He talked about Colorado State's head coach Jay Norville's comments, and Waller claims Cena doesn't want to be a wrestler anymore. And then towards the end, we get Jimmy, Solo, and Styles. They all hit the ring, and they all basically there was like a big brawl, but John Cena and Styles ended up standing strong. So that's how I think they're gonna set up the Cena, Styles versus Solo and Jimmy at Fastlane. So yeah, I mean, a little bit anticlimactic, not gonna lie, but
Solo and John Cena stare down had me feeling some type of way.
yeah, I will say that. Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't mind seeing that solo match, bro. Like just by themselves.
Dang. Same. And once I forgot to mention this earlier. Ray versus Bobby. I don't know why, but like they were kind of mini face off from a distance. I don't know. Something about that kind of had me a little excited just because I can't remember if they've ever had a match together.
I wouldn't mind seeing that either, man.
We'll see.
I low key miss Bobby with the U.S. title. I'm not gonna lie. He did that
He was
title.
good with the title.
Yeah, he did that title pretty good, man. He did that title pretty good. Him and Seth, they did pretty good with that.
I agree.
But yeah, so that was SmackDown. Basically, main takeaway: Rock came, man. If he stays, we don't know yet. If he stays, he stays. If not, he doesn't. But yeah, it's a little bit of NXT news. We don't get into NXT, but Becky Lynch, man, the new NXT Women's Champion, man. And I'm not gonna lie, watching this match was a tug on my emotions because I'm a Tiffany Stratton fan and I'm a Becky Lynch fan. And I kind of had a feeling their Endeavor deal just happened literally the day of. They're going to want something to get the ratings up on NXT. So what does Shawn Michaels do? He gives the belt to Becky Lynch. Do I think it was the right move? I don't know. I don't really think it makes a difference, honestly, who the NXT Women's Champion is, if I'm being quite honest. But yes, this might be able to help get them more ratings. I mean, they did draw in more ratings. They had 800,000 views, which is almost dynamite numbers. So it's just pretty good, man. But yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. NXT is becoming like I would rather watch. It's getting to the point where I might rather want to watch NXT than Raw, bro. NXT has better quality wrestling, and they tell, especially their women's division, has better storylines than the main roster right now.
From what I've seen, I mean, they're definitely kind of starting to make a bit of a resurgence and the comeback of just the quality and the intensity of the matches. The only thing I'm always going to miss from the black and gold era is them selling out arenas for pay-per-views. They're doing their pay-per-views at smaller venues now.
I was thinking, like, are we ever gonna get another takeover, man? Like, dang, man.
Just have to go over that too. But I like the match. I gotta agree with Booker, bro. Tiffany's next level. I mean,
Bro,
she's a great athlete. I mean, thought despite the loss, she looked great.
I just
I
bought her.
really did, despite losing the championship.
Yeah, I
I mean,
just got.
that's really all I have to say. Good match, and I mean, I'm all in on Tiffany.
Yeah, my thing is, are they gonna give the belt back to Tiffany at No Mercy? They do, cool. If not, Tiffany don't even need to be on the NXT anymore, bro. Bring her up on the main roster because obviously we need some new faces. You guys aren't using. Y'all have Candice LeRae. Y'all have Indy Hartwell that y'all haven't used yet. So what are we doing? Either y'all gonna use them or we need to bring some new people up. But yeah, man, I'm fully behind Tiffany. That's my girl, bro. If she doesn't get the belt back, cool. But I hope they have plans for her. If not, it is what it is, man. But yeah, NXT is getting back, trying to get back to the OG black and gold, you know. Let's see if we get there anytime soon.
But yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say on it. Unless you have any more thoughts other than, hey, Grand Slam Becky, all four horsewomen, and finally held the NXT Women's Championship.
We might see CM Punk. We might see The Rock again. It's gonna be interesting fall months for sure. But you have anything left, CJ, to say about
For WWE this week, I do want to let you guys know though, just ahead of time, we are changing up a little bit. We thought we'd make a little bit of an AEW video. We have some thoughts on a storyline that's going on that we're really in favor of. But other than that, no. I will be at SmackDown this week, so I apologize for my in advance biasness because I'm very easy to impress when I'm live at something.
yeah.
But we appreciate you guys watching, man. As always, we're gonna keep pumping out content for you guys. We appreciate y'all. I'm CJ McClure. Thank God for wrestling.
Sure, I'm Johnny King, man. Thank God for us, and we'll see you on the next one.